Hey, 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 this is Seagrove, and I'm here today with Russell and Joe. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, we're going to do the London Q&A. Russell, who are you?
I'm Russell LaParre. I own and operate someone's PC, which is a YouTube channel slash article website. Um, I guess I have a team. They're more like a bunch of friends that ended up making a team together. We talk about competitive content, yada yada yada. I've top 81 regionals my entire existence of having like 22 day twos. So I know a little bit, but we're not all the way there yet.
And Joe.
Yeah, I'm Joe, UK player. I'm sponsored by Complexity Card Gaming. I've got 250 CP already, so I can just chill for the rest of the season. And it lets me commentate because I'm part of the European stream team as well. So I'll be the one talking about everyone else playing in London. And I have a YouTube channel as well, OmniPoke.
Awesome.
I forgot you guys already have your invite.
Yeah, man. It's so free.
Such a joke.
That was actually a question.
Oh my gosh.
About should Europe have more CP, and I was like, I don't know how relative that is, but yes, you should have more CP. Okay, next question. So we're just gonna start off with some more general questions, and then we'll get into some more about specific decks. First question for anybody: what deck do you think will surprise people with how well or how poorly it performs?
Poorly? Whoa. Poorly performs. I think Ninetales Zoroark is savagely overrated. Most overrated thing I've seen. And then surprise people with how it performs. I'm gonna go with Savelii. I think Savelii is really good. People fear the Gallade. You just have to embrace it and kill it.
For me, I think the one question mark I have is Buzzwole. Depends how many people respect it. It could either overperform or seriously underperform based on the respect other people give it. So that's what I would say.
Okay. Yeah. Would you take a loss to the top deck in order to beat every other deck?
Define top deck.
Gardevoir.
Would you take an L to Gardevoir in order to beat everything else? No.
Yeah.
No.
Is Gardevoir that is? Would you do that typically?
The reason being is Australia is so close that a lot of these good players are going to be like, all I need to do is make day two. I'm going to go with the safe play, and I'm playing X deck, copy Pablo's list, copy Mark Garcia's list, or copy the Cena list with 4 max potion going around. And that's kind of like last minute planning in London, blah blah blah. I mean, some of these people didn't even register. Like, come on, like you think they play tested? They didn't even get in the tournament. So they're like, all right, I'll just go copy someone else's list. Boom, streamline the tournament, top 32. They don't care if they make top 8, right? That's a good Guardy call. Learn the mirror match, play test that for like 48 hours. So you can. I wouldn't take an L to that personally. I'm not going to. It's not happening.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah, the question's basically, should I play Volk? And I would say no. Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't take. I've never gone into a tournament losing to the best deck. It's just a terrible policy, I think, because especially right now, the format seems narrow enough where you could realistically face 3 Guardi, and that's your day done. So,
all right. Yeah. Are Espeon EX and Potown decks bad?
No. Who's Cena?
Yeah.
Cena, get out of here. No.
Inspired by.
It's good. It's highly overrated, and people think it's an auto win by having that engine included against an evolution deck when it's only a supportive piece. Like it's a piece of the puzzle. Like I played like Buzzball without Potown. I was playing Brooklyn Hill, and I was like, yo, it's so fast, so good, right? And then as soon as they drop like a Mime or Max Potion, I'm like, all right, I think we lost, guys. The Potown is like critical, and then Espeon. So it's the pieces have to complement each other, which is why we saw hype come from Buzzwole as well as Ninetales Zoroark, because they're complementing and then they started winning. And then Gardevoir has so many tricks up its sleeve; it can just adapt.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Like you can't just jam one Coco and then be like, cool, Potown does the rest. It's just not true. You have to support it heavily and fully commit to that approach if you want to actually try and devolve people.
Right. Okay. What counter basics are people sleeping on? I'm not exactly sure what that means, to be honest.
Counter energy stuff.
Counter energy basics, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to go, Joe?
Pseudo-Wudo is one of my favorites. Fighting typing's underrated. It actually covers a decent chunk. I think everyone knows Kabalion. Everyone knows Mimikyu. Pseudo-Wudo is like the sleeper one, I would say.
Yeah, the Pseudo-Wudo and the Octillery out of the new Crimson Invasion. You can discard a special energy attached to it. It does 120 damage. So if you run into someone who's silly enough to play Volk, or daring enough to play Volk, and you just like they thought the Remoraid was going to turn into the other Octillery, and you're like, nah, son, got him.
Okay.
But only those 4, definitely.
So is Cobalion that one of tech that you could stick in there if you're running counter energy for Gardevoir?
Yeah, all of them are really. Mimikyu answers Gallade. Sudowoodo can actually copy the GX attack. Oof, we're gonna get cute with that. Everything else is like same old, same old.
I thought you guys were talking about the roadblock Sudowoodo. I was like, I don't get
No.
it.
Sudowoodo from Breakpoint.
I got you.
It's a watch and learn. This one looks like this instead of the one that looks like this.
Got it. What is a rogue? Well, okay, before we get to that one, let me ask this one. How far down does something have to be considered a rogue deck? Not top 5, not top 10, not top 15, not top 20. What's a rogue deck?
When I'm the only one playing in the tournament, it's like pretty much. I'd say popularity. Just have to popularity as well as Would you consider Greninja rogue?
No,
I wouldn't.
No, man, you guys are one.
You have to be a rogue to play Greninja.
Yeah, I think it's just popularity and like how many people are actually going to play the deck. People like look at it, they're like, "Whoa, Vigavolt!" Like they're looking at it. I thought it was gonna be something cool, and I was like, "Yeah." Whatever. Like I guess that's kind of rogue.
So if it's rogue, if when you sit down to play it, your opponent has to read your cards.
Oh, yeah. Certainly. Yeah, that's when you know you did the right thing.
Okay. What rogue deck would you all like to see do well?
Gengar Buzzwole.
Gengar Buzzwole.
Gengar Buzzwole, the creep show Gengar. Stop messaging Johnny and I about this. Why don't you just play the Decidueye, guys? Yeah, the Crimson Invasion one says attached to it. And I was like, no. The creep show.
Yeah, I'd love to just see counter energy shenanigans work, just in general. Just any of them. Counter energy is like my favorite new card, so I just want to see huge tempo swings on a 1 attachment basic and be like, see ya.
It's too unfair.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Like we know it's there, Like we're holding the Tesseract. We're just like, come on, guys, do something with this. Then Gardevoir just comes over and smacks it out of our hand. Get that out.
Confirmed. Joe's playing counter energy box, which is nice because you'll always be behind, so you can always use counter energy.
Yeah.
So
easy.
That's the play.
I guess this one is particular to Russ. How do you balance test time with work? I don't know what this has to do with regionals. Free time, other hobby time, someone's PC, YouTube. Do you have a schedule for your week, or you just do test when you got the chance?
You just improvise all the time. It's like work from 8 to 5. Sometimes I can write an article while at work, or like study a lot. Once you get to a certain amount of testing in, it really comes down to just theory modding. So I'll just sit around at work after coding for a little bit, or like working on a bunch of reports. And I'll just kind of sit there and like, what if I added in like 2 Sudowoodo and 3 Max Potion and like 3 Elixir into this like Buzzwole deck and this, and then approach friends with the concept and then actually test it if we feel like we've gotten to the point where we can 50-50 matchups. Or if you go to a friend and you're like, this actually sounds like it'll work, it's like, all right, perfect. Now we'll actually test it. And I'm testing it at like 11 o'clock at night against myself. So it really is hard to balance. There's no schedule. I just go crazy.
Okay. What is the safest / best deck to play?
Gardevoir?
Gardevoir, right? Joe's Gardevoir?
Yep.
All right. Who's the best player not at the event?
A lot of them.
I mean, I'm not going, so that's easy.
I don't know anyone in top 16 that didn't register. So Connor or Drew. I mean, like that's, I don't know. It's a very baity question.
Yeah.
And then the way I feel about how this game kind of works is more like It's like a giant marathon, and some people just hit their stride at particular times. Except Sam, he's ridiculous. Or he just started sprinting from the beginning, and he's like Usain Bolt. So, yeah. For me, like I never have a one best player. It's more like there's an upper echelon of players, a little tier underneath that, and then like the homie tiers who are always like they're making day 2, or they have the potential to make top 8, obviously. So.
Joe, you got a name for us?
I honestly don't know. There are some like top 16 people who are still like hoping to play, so I'm not sure who's definitely not playing and who is still trying to chance it. But there's definitely some big names who are going to be missing.
Okay. For these long tournaments, should you be playing a linear deck or a deck that can outplay, but you're more prone to make mistakes because of complexity?
Making mistakes in tournaments? Come on now. You got to test. You got to know your deck. Don't go to a tournament if you think you can make mistakes with your own deck. That's just weird. You can play a complex deck if you know the intricacies of it. If you don't rate your own skill set, then go as simple as possible and do turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 against any matchup doing the same thing. You do you, basically.
Yeah, I'd say this one's more of a it's per player base kind of thing. When I got, I don't know, 13th, 14th, whatever I got at Florida with Garbodor, I didn't touch Necrozma Garb once. Like, I never tested that. I just walked into Florida, and I was like, I'll make day 2 with this. This is easy. The reason being is, like, I think so much about the game, and I've tested so much already that I don't have to touch the deck in order to already think about the ins and outs of plays. And while I make mistakes in the early rounds, I just sponge it and then remember it all later on, and keep it all going. Now, can I mitigate those early round like misplays by like playing more? Certainly, but do I have the time? Sometimes no. Sometimes yeah. Sometimes I'm too busy testing stupid ideas, trying to make Flygon work and stuff, to actually play this one decks. But that's the brainless stuff will win and will work. But I think actually the best deck right now, Guardy, like it has a super high skill ceiling, super high. The skill floor is relatively like low. Like just to pilot the deck and get wins with it. But the intricate mirror matches where both players are either dead drawing or drawing well, or you prized Octi and your opponent didn't, and how you can mount like a surmountable like comeback, but you hit turn 1 parallel, and then he tried to play you first, and you had double Red Candy in response. Like there's tons of interaction to go on there, and so I don't think if you're playing the deck and you're doubting yourself, you shouldn't be playing Gardevoir. But if you want to do the best, then you should be playing Gardevoir, which means you should be studying anyway. Doesn't make any sense.
So you learn your deck basically. You can play whatever you want, but learn it well.
Yeah, learn your deck, or like you actually don't have to play physical games. I've seen a lot of the best players in the game just not play physical games. They just sit around and think about it all day. But they're at a level where they can think and then perform with what they know based upon coaching and thought process. And then when they make a mistake, it's really, really funny. So like it just goes along with each other.
All right. What's the biggest difference between this and a regionals besides CP?
Don't tie at all, because we need X2 to make day 2, right? 750. There's no way.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you have to go
Some
X2.
612 should make it, right? But some will miss.
I'd say at nationals, which I have a really, really good track record of performing at, the first like 5 or 6 rounds, I feel like I don't play anyone I know. In our regionals, I play people I know all the time. And then once we get to like round 7 and then all the way through day 2, I play someone I know, have heard of, or they know of me. And then we're all just like, kind of friendly. So I'd say like it's just the beginning's much easier, but then the late game is super, super tough compared to normal.
Joe?
Yeah, I think the difference is that there'll not only be like 30 world caliber players, there'll be 100. So when you get to the late rounds and when you get to day 2, it's all big names. So you have to be able to beat the best players in the world.
All right.
Hardly any flukes are going to win nationals.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we have an amazing track record for the top 8s being full of really, really skillful players.
Has the draw supporter 4 Sycamore 4N for most decks been shaken up by either Lusamine or Gladion?
No, not at all.
All right. Predict the top 5 decks in terms of meta share.
Guardy, Drampa Garb, Ninetales Zoroark, Decidueye Zoroark, and Buzzwole plus X.
Okay. Joe?
Man, that's wild. It's definitely the first two. It's definitely Guardian, Sylveon.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say a lot of Europeans still like Gliscod Garbodor. A lot of prominent Europeans, myself included, have been talking about Gollygarb a lot, and I think we still think it's super safe.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Frogs in at 5, and then some sort of Zoroark stuff in at 4.
You really think that many Frogs?
I don't want there to be Frogs, but I think there'll be a bunch, just of people who literally can't think of anything else to play.
Okay.
Alas.
Bringing my Giratina. We're out of here.
All right. These next few questions we're going to go through very quickly, and then we'll spend a little bit longer on some of the bigger decks.
Cool.
So I'll just go Russ, then Joe, then Russ, then Joe, then Russ, then Joe. So, Russ. Oh, no, let me start with Joe for this question. Is Xerneas Break going to make top 32?
Hell no. It's dead.
Alas.
Bury it in a box.
Parallel Play destroyed it, I think.
Yeah.
Russ, is Nihilego or Katana going to see play?
Who? Nihilego? The confusion one?
Yeah, I think so.
That'll see play. Will it see it in day 2? No. Will Katarna see play? Certainly.
Okay.
Morpher's GX attack. I think everyone sleeps on it. Everyone keeps messaging me, why are you playing that? Do you need enhance? I'm like, dude, free GX attack. And they're like, oh, I forgot.
All right, Joe. Is the European meta much different than the American meta? And what different things should we expect that we don't see play in America?
It's super similar from the stats that I see, at least for the winning decks. In the field, in the field last time it was Bremen, and that was like a couple of months ago, so even that's like super behind the times, but there was a lot of Metagross and Bulk, and lots of Hoto Salazzle, but that was just after Worlds, so there was still hype on it. I think that's just gone now. I think Metagross will die down as well, so I think it'll just all be up to date, so yeah.
So basically the upper echelons are the same, and the lower stuff, they can put whatever they want.
Sure.
Cool. Russ, are Shining Mew, Shining Jirachi, and Kartana GX worth it in Drampa Garb, and why?
Shining Jirachi, no. Shining Mew, no. Kind of unnecessary for Nationals. Kartana, sure, why not? Why? Jirachi, like the sort of low HP, and then the focus on Buzzwole now, the odds of you getting like your initial Trubbish knocked out if you have stuck active and you can't Flowstone it away is very high. And so I want my other one prize attackers to get removed to be a Garbodor. And I actually feel like Espeon EX's HP has clutched more games than has actually lost me, like in terms of affording for 2 prizes, especially against evolutionary decks. So I'm gonna go pop their evolution. Kartana, I just like it for its GX attack. That's enough for me to be like, you're included in this deck. Especially when you get like a good opening hand, you don't have to big wheel for no reason. And the last one was what? Mew. Mew's super cute, but outside of the mirror match, I don't see it like blowing away any kind of games. And you should be able to learn the intricacies of the mirror match already. And some people are trying to get cute and play Latios. So like you're trying to throw Mew right into that and just gets destroyed. They'll poke it on the bench while attach a Fury Belt and Oko your Trubbish first. But no one's gonna do that, so.
Okay. Joe, can Speed Lapras break through to be a decent choice for London?
I'd be amazingly surprised. When Articuno went, so did that deck, I think.
Especially with Gardevoir being so big. Like,
it's just impossible. Your GX attack sucks now as well.
Okay. Russ, do you think Metagross with Solgaleo will see any play? Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Will it see play? Yes. Will it win a lot? No, not really. It still has an awful matchup against Drampa Garb, and at least in my opinion, I think if you play it correctly, you have to play like 4 Field Blower, and you have bad hands. Like, Gardevoir is Sylveon. Gardevoir is everything it wants in life. It has a Gallade. This deck is just like, oh, I hope I can draw it to my candies and stuff. So I don't like it.
Okay. Do you think Mew EX will make its way into any of the top 32 decks?
What on earth are you playing Mew EX in at the moment? Let me run down the best decks. Yeah, no, you shouldn't be playing in any of them.
Okay. Awesome. Do Pheromosa or Xurkitree warrant a spot in Vikabulu?
Why are you playing Vikaboo?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say
Xurkitree is okay. Sure.
Okay.
You're going to lose the Garbodor anyway. You might as well lose with fashion.
Sounds good. Next question. How good will Xurkitree be?
It won't be in any of the top decks.
Okay. Will Mega Caesar make a dramatic comeback?
I'm trying. But who knows? Registeel might have added a new spin onto it. I doubt it.
Okay. Spiciest tech supporter?
There aren't any good ones apart from the main ones. Gladion would probably be your spiciest available, but you shouldn't play it.
Plumer. Kill the energy now.
Can Shining Jirachi be a guarded killer?
Yes, it can. Should it? No.
All right. And then most of the other questions were about some of the bigger decks. So let's start with Buzzwole. There are a few questions about Buzzwole. In this section, we'll go back to like just whoever wants to talk. Both of y'all can talk, whatever. Is Buzzwole good? And if so, what is its best partner?
Yes, and Lycanroc is easily its best partner. The worst part about it is it has this thing where it can't attach energy, and everything else can. So you need to play stupid cards like Maxlix. Oh, actually, no. Lycanroc's not. Sudowoodo is his best partner, and then Lycanroc, and I think he's gonna say Garbodor. But I have 13 different Buzzwole lists right now. About 7 of them I'd say are competitive. 2 of them I might actually take into the tournament. Okay. So see how that goes. Gengar is also a really good partner. So.
Which Gengar?
Creepshow.
All right, good.
Yeah, I'm not super against Elixir, Sudowoodo, Regirock style, just because it's ridiculously aggro and you'll win in 10 minutes at times. But I think overall you're way safest just playing Buzzgarb, because you're essentially a more consistent Golisopod Garb, and your damage output's a little bit worse. It's a little bit inherently less strong, but you'll actually get what you want to do going every game, and you can't always do that with Golisopod Garb. That's like the biggest criticism that deck has. So if you want to actually draw well for 9 rounds and do what Golisopod tries to do, that's pretty much the way to do it.
Okay.
You won't beat Garbodor without either Lycanroc or Zygarde, and Zygarde's a better answer.
Yeah, you play Zygarde for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what? I mean, is it overhyped or is it actually good?
Buzzwole?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's good. I just think Mr. Mime actually puts it in quite a bind. And I know I talked to Joe at this probably this morning, and I was like, "Yo, Muck's that good," but you still have to deal. You're forcing yourself to have an uphill battle unless you really like the deck. I don't understand why you need to take that. I personally will play it if I'm going to play Gengar, and the reason being is because I can play Gengar. That's pretty much why I want to play it.
I feel you. All right. Let's talk about Volcanion. Is it dead or is it the sleeper?
It's definitely not a sleeper.
Yeah.
I would say you really need to have a fortunate day 1 and an even more fortunate day 2. So I think maybe there'll be the odd one who squeaks into day 2, but I would be amazed if any make it any further than that.
Like, I'm surprised a lot of people don't talk about it more, but the reason Igor won that regionals, besides him drawing like a champion all throughout top 8, he was drawing like a boss. But he's extremely, like, he's a very, very good player, and I'd honestly say him and Azul placing so high in that tournament. Well, I think Azul didn't even make day 2. I think he tied a Guardian the last round under winning in. And it's a really testament to Igor's skill of how he handled that Gardevoir matchup and the aggression he can get off of his opening hands that overcame the Gardevoir with a double enhanced hammer, that most people won't be able to duplicate that. And if you can't do it consistently, then you're going into a really bad meta with a deck that's, in my opinion, taking a 50-50 at most against most matchups besides the auto wins like Gossapod and the Metagross and stuff. So it seems like a bad decision to play it, but I can understand some kind of thought process behind it just based upon Igor's placings.
Last Volcanion question. Do you play the hammer still or no?
Yeah.
Sure, why not? You're going to lose anyway.
Okay. What is the best card coming out of, or most impactful card coming out of Crimson Invasion?
Most impactful, I guess, would be Buzzwell, just because it's forcing people to adapt their lists more than any other thing I think I can think of. So probably Buzzwell.
Buzzwell or Savelii, but it's Buzzwell.
People don't adapt their list for Savelii though. They're just like, oh, you got me.
I hope
You're a metal guy.
I hope I play against it because I play Gallade.
Yeah.
All right, we had a bunch of questions about Zoroark. Like, first question, will Zoroark make a huge splash at London?
Yes. Will it be a successful splash? We don't know about that, but it's gonna be a splash.
Okay. Does it go in? There's a bunch of questions about this. Does it go in Golisopod, or do you stick with Garbodor?
I like Garb.
Yep. I think you're just sacking Guardy if you don't play Ability Lock.
Yeah, Gallade heard the deck before. Like, he had to burn like a GX attack to kill Gallade, and then now it takes 2 prizes before it dies.
It takes 4.
Yeah, it takes 4. It killed what?
All right. Does it go in Guardy?
No.
Okay. What is the best Zoroark variant?
I honestly like the counter energy build that Joe and his I forgot his buddy's name. He had it at number 5 on his list, or 6. That was a very long video. I couldn't get it all, but
Slowpoke Well.
Yeah. It was 5 or 6. It's just Zoroark with a bunch of counter energy techs. No one's fleshed this out. No one's fleshed this thing out. And the reason being is because Gallade's a card. So I honestly think that's the best build. I worked on my own Buzzwole, Zoroark, Lycan Rock thing, and whenever I play against Guardian, I was like, I just don't want to pick a Zoroark. I had these 3 dead cards in my deck, and I just didn't like it. So I think the counter energy build's strong. I've played 2 games with it, albeit they were against myself, and so I played around counter energy the whole time. So it's not really as helpful.
That's so funny. I'll just pass on this turn.
Okay.
Yeah, your turn. I was like, yo, this player's a beast, dude. He's reading.
Solid.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a while until we see a good counter G list. So I'd be amazed if people take the gamble on this first tournament as an internats. You've got to.
No, but if you think you got it, I think it's a huge payoff, right?
Yeah,
like I think this is a big payoff because people are like, oh, I forgot the card existed. You know?
So yeah, I actually really like Decidueye Zoro. I think that's actually pretty solid. And everyone tries to find a partner for Zoroark, but straight Zoro with just like high Kukui and some stadiums and like 2 Mind Jack and 1 or 2 breaks is actually still really solid. So that's also pretty. If you play Latios as well, it's fine.
That doesn't mean Max Potion, Mr. Mime, right? No?
Oh.
Gosh.
Okay.
Fun.
Greninja. Will people play Greninja? We already sort of hit on that. Joe thinks yes, a lot of people will play it.
Yeah. I just don't think that many Americans will play it. That was me.
Okay. Is Talonflame dead in Greninja?
Yeah, well, that poor bird. I'm surprised he even came out of the cage in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Greninja more or less consistent this season than it was last season?
More consistent this season, but it's still pretty grim.
Would you play Greninja?
Never.
I never have, and I
You
don't
couldn't
think I
pay me like $100 where I was playing Greninja. No, waste my flight.
Will you be playing the Giratina promo, or can I play Greninja?
Yes. Tell John Ang he better run. He better run from the kid.
I'll play a Garbodor variant, so I won't play Giratina.
Okay.
I play Mining Garden.
There were a lot of
You
questions.
play Counter Energy, it's actually really good at Zoroark. Work. It can attack
easy.
30. Okay, anyway.
Is Registeel Savelii something I need to look out for?
It won't be popular.
It won't be popular. What's the best partner for? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think it's fine, but I just don't think many people will play it.
Okay. What's the best partner for Savelii?
It is metal, in my opinion.
Counter Energy and metal. I do like metal though. I don't think it's awful. Some of the lists I've seen online though are a little. I'm not partying with it. I don't need Max Elixir. We just go.
Yeah, don't play Elixir. You have every one of your attackers accelerates energy, so.
Yeah. No need to rush it. 110 HP, man. Type null in there.
That's so solid. It's such a great card.
Dang.
Best tech in Savelii.
Giratina promo.
Yeah, I'd take Giratina promo too. Or the memory cards. Some people aren't playing them.
It's also good as well.
Kartana's super
good one-off.
Yeah.
Okay. What decks can use counter energy or counter catcher? Did we already ask that?
We've kind of expanded on it a little bit. Counter catcher, I think, is very unnecessary for every deck right now. I can't see myself playing counter catcher and not playing Giratina. You know, like if I see that and then like I'm playing against Greninja and then he's sitting here playing counter catcher, I'm gonna get super mad at the other tournament. But yeah, counter catcher is unnecessary. Counter energy is strong. We've kind of explored everything you can do with that card.
I'd say mainly Zoroark just because you have the engine to back it up with all your ridiculous one-offs.
Yeah. And then they can kill your the Glade can kill your Zoroark quickly, so that way you can go two prizes down.
Then you go a third prize down when the psychic one gets knocked out. Then you've dealt with the Guardi, and then what do they have left?
Yeah. Then you end Garb easy.
Okay. Best way to play Celesteela
as a tech. I haven't looked over Home Skillet from Limitsys. I saw he posted something with Celesteela. I wasn't not sure if it was Metagross.
It was just Elixir's Delmise.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
He's angry.
Yeah.
Okay.
My teammate Mark Lutz, he was testing that for a bit.
Then he gave up on it.
Yeah, he's not going to play it.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually a good one-off in Glisopod Garbodor, I've found. If you want to have a better than 50-50, it can replace Tapu Fini and just chill on the bench with a rainbow. And what do they do at that point?
Fear me. Celesteela.
Okay. Is Drampa Garb still the second best deck in format?
Yeah, I actually have a really close running with first. The only reason Gardevoir is in first is because it can play like 3 other cards that can, which is Parallel, Sylveon, and Max Potion. Oh, and Gallade.
Yeah. Should I be playing a 2/2 Espeon GX now in Drampa Garb?
For me, 2,000%. I know Joe just talked about it in his video, and I was listening to his opinion on it, but I absolutely love 2/2. I think it's insane. So good.
2/2 is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see myself playing my way out of a lot of games without Espeon GX being there when I was testing. And that was with a 1/1. And I was like, wow, if it prizes, I think I just lost.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen.
And just because there'll be those stupid close games where we've got to be like, fine, we'll 50-50 confusion. Come on then.
Yeah.
Okay. What changes should I be adding in from the new sets to Drampa Garb?
very little. I've tried Latios. I think it's fine. I don't like many of the new Shining cards. My list is still as basic as it gets.
Yeah, I think Latios would probably be it at most. Cartana.
Yeah.
If you're feeling spicy. So.
Okay. Now we'll go into Gardevoir. In Gardevoir, do I have to play Mr. Mime?
Oh, it's recommended.
You don't have to.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to show up to the tournament or register, apparently. But yeah, I'd play mine. I'm going to play mine.
Okay. And then this guy asked, Mr. Mime or Miltank?
Why not both?
He said if you can only play one, Mr. Mime or Miltank.
Mime.
Okay.
Easy.
Is Miltank a nice tech in Gardevoir?
Gorgeous. Amazing. Filthy.
I would say no.
All right.
Have you tested it though? Have you actually played with it?
No.
Play with it.
In theory,
Game changer.
It's so niche.
You attach one energy, you smack the Gardevoir for like 120 ish. They smack you back for like X, and then you're just like, Cosma, do this, double heal, KO. And then the next one comes back up. They have the max potion it does a lot of intricate stuff. I really like it.
I can see it snowballing insanely.
Oh yeah. It's
but I mean, you need to have a hand of Guzma, blower, energy for it to work, and a float stone.
We can do that. We're good.
I think you always win if you have that exact hand. So Miltank or not, you've already won the game.
Okay. Max Potion, Fairy Drop, Acerola, or Miltank?
I would say you can only play Fairy Drop if you play 4, but that's too many spaces. So I would play predominantly Max Potions, but probably still one Acerola.
Mostly Max Potion, if not 4, the Cena list. Acerola is decent. I really like it. I'd play 1. If I'm playing Miltank, then I wouldn't play it. I like Miltank. If you play Miltank, you don't play Max Potion.
Okay. This one is not about Gardevoir, but I skipped over it. What about Darkrai GX and Nihilego and Zoroark?
It's all weak to fighting, baby.
How do you beat the lead? Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not a bad deck by any means. It's just if you can't compete with the best, then
Yeah, I actually tried it.
Yeah.
And you just don't beat Guardy. Like you flat out don't do that.
Soon, Solgaleo, we'll be alright.
Yeah. Is there any viable control build in standard like Quad Sylveon, Heatmore Raichu?
Oh, like deck out garbage, coin flip 9 energy? No. Stop. There's a Wailord deck that can deck you out because of Lucamine now, if you want to get cute with that, but how do you beat Guardy? Guardy decks you. Twilight, give it that.
The best deck in format can recover the best 10 cards that it lost, so that's a problem.
Okay. What's Metagross's place in the meta currently?
Meta bad? Probably like tier 3.
Okay.
I think it's the worst metal deck that we have.
Solid tier 3.
Worst metal deck that we have.
If you're going to play a metal deck, I'd rather play Silvally and I'd rather play Celesteela.
Yeah.
Is Gardevoir still fully optimal as it is, or does it need to be changed?
That's a very oddly worded question. I'm pretty sure we've gave our opinions on it. Like it's just you just change around the healing cards. You cut down to a 1/1 Sylveon, and then you just play accordingly. You can go to 2 Gallade if you feel like it. I'm probably going to.
Okay. Joe, thoughts?
I think you could get away with still playing Pablo's list, but I think more often than not, people will make like 3 card changes around that number.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put in this one troll question. Ben Font won London last year. How do you think the team will do this year? I don't know what Ben Font is.
Ben Fonte. It's its own Facebook group based off of Ben Potter.
So Pram wore the shirt last year.
Yeah.
I see. So how's that going to do this year?
I think pretty much I always thought every team has an opportunity to win because most of the top tier teams all have kind of that upper echelon of players like I discussed earlier. But go someone's PC.
Yeah. Pram would still be my first draft pick if I was doing drafts, which I've done a lot of. So I would say he has a decent shot if he wears the t-shirt again.
Yeah.
That's the key right there.
Uh-huh.
He has to wear the
t-shirt. He just played Yveltal mirrors all day, right? And then beat up on frogs on stream.
Yeah. Donking Frokies.
Yeah, easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is the best deck that you are not going to play?
Buzzwole Gengar.
So you're not going to play it?
I'm hoping I don't, honestly. But I don't know. There's that itch. I promise everyone I go try hard Russ until I get my invite. And try hard does not include Buzzwole Gengar. At times.
I see.
I wouldn't play Gardevoir because I've never gone into a tournament playing the best deck as long as people know it's the best deck, because that's just who I am. I don't like playing mirrors and I don't like being targeted, so I'll never play what is considered to be the best deck.
I used to think like that, all right? And then I started playing meta and I was like, oh my gosh, why is this game so easy now?
I forced myself to go as high as tier 2 now. That's like... That's me biting my lip, like, okay.
Yeah. It was like, for like Florida regionals, everyone's like, oh, everyone's blatantly going to play Yveltal. And I was like, oh, that's a skillful mirror. That's fine. And I played, out of my 14 rounds, 12 of them were Yveltal mirrors. And I had so much fun. Because people, they just didn't have the optimal list. I was like, this is just BKT. Spread. Kill.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
Good times.
Okay. Well, let's do shout-outs, and then we'll be done. Ross, any shout-outs you want to give?
Someone's PC, all our subscribers. Whether you subscribe instantly and then instantly unsubscribe because you don't want to pay it ever again, you just want to look at one article, I appreciate your love and all your support. To our long-running fans, it's pretty sweet. To Ultimate Guard, they're always nice to us and always beast. What else we have? The members of my team, my teammates. Someone's PC. I love all of them. To all the homies we're hanging out with, and all the other teams that accept us. I don't know. This community's beast. That's why we do things like this. You know, like we don't get anything off of YouTube for the most part. Everyone's like, "Oh, well, he hit like X amount of subscribers." I'm like, trust me, like no one's caking right now. Nobody. We're all just doing it because we like the game. So, community's cool. I can't wait to go to London. This is my first time in Europe, so it's gonna be good.
That's awesome. Joe.
Yeah, so Complexity Card Gaming on Facebook. We're the ones who do all the cool graphs, so you won't regret following the page. Omnipoke on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook as well. And Pokemon TCG_EU. So check out the stream this weekend. The more support, the better. Got to grow the game. It'll be awesome. So if you're not attending, if you're one of the sad people who couldn't get a ticket, you can listen to me instead. It will be great.
Or you just didn't register.
Ooh. All right.
So everyone bring your Ladiosus for this weekend.
Wow, man.
Bring them.
All right, for myself, check out Flipside Gaming. Use discount code all caps Seagrove and get 10% off. I'll get a little bit of that, and then subscribe. That's what it was. I just woke up. All right. Thank you guys so much for your time. It's always great having both y'all on the channel, and until next time.
Peace.